911 location of your emergency.
Yeah, 2 Clydesdale Lane.
In Springfield?
Lydesdale.
You're in Springfield?
Yeah, Springfield, Tennessee. It's right behind Oakland Farms.
Okay, what's going on?
All right, this is what's happened. Been married 12 years. On the 4th, which would have been 2 nights ago at 4 a.m., I shot my wife in the temple of her head. I thought I killed her. And I put her in the freezer out in the garage. Well, I checked on her tonight, and she...
44-year-old Samantha and her husband, 45-year-old Joseph Parker, had been married for 12 years, raised a daughter, and were everyday people living everyday life in a quiet suburb of Springfield, Tennessee. That is until one fall evening, Friday, November 7, 2014, at approximately 2:45 a.m., Joseph calls 911.
One location of your emergency.
Yeah, 2 Clydesdale Lane.
In Springfield?
Lydesdale.
You're in Springfield?
Yeah, Springfield, Tennessee. It's right behind Oakland Farms.
Okay, what's going on?
All right, this is what's happened. Been married 12 years. On the 4th, which would have been 2 nights ago at 4 a.m., I shot my wife in the temple of her head. I thought I killed her. And I put her in the freezer out in the garage. Well, I checked on her tonight, and she's not dead. She's got a big hole in the temple of her head, and to get her body moved around in there, I think I broke her wrist. You know, she was frozen from being in the thing. She's been in this thing 48 hours now. And this is no prank call. I need somebody to get out there and help her. I've cleared the premises. I've got away. You know, I'm not going to be there. But I promise you this is a legit call, and I need somebody to get out there and help her, because I still love her. It's hard to believe that after that, you know, but, you know, I need to get somebody out there to help her.
Okay, what happened that caused you to do that?
It's a long story. Don't want to get into it. Just want to get into getting somebody out there to help her. I left the front door open. I left all the lights on in the house, so it would be kind of easy to spot. It's the last house on the right on Clydesdale Lane. But I left the front door open, and she's in the garage. You go through the kitchen to get into the garage, and you'll see her once you get in the garage. And she's a mess. She can't talk. I could get her to blink. Blink once means yes. Blink twice means no. And so I told her I'm gonna go around the road 10, 15 miles. I'm gonna call 911 and get you some help out here. I thought she'd been dead 2 days, and when I checked on her, she was still alive. She's been frozen for 2 days. She's frozen solid. It's amazing she's still alive. She's got a big hole in the temple of her head. I shot her with a .38 caliber handgun. and there's a big hole in the temple of her head. I didn't see an exit wound.
What is her name?
Samantha Parker.
She a white female?
Yes.
How old is she?
43 years old.
And how long ago did you leave there?
An hour ago.
And that's the last time you saw her?
Yes, that's the last time I saw her.
And she was still in the garage?
Yes, she's still in the garage. I made her as comfortable as I could make her. She tried to drink a little water. She couldn't talk, couldn't move her jaw. She's in bad shape. Really need to get somebody out there to help her.
And the address is 246 Clydesdale Lane?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, what is your name?
My name is Joe. I'll just leave it at that. Don't want to get arrested tonight and all that. So we don't have a history of domestic disputes. We've never had to call the police or nothing. We just had a real bad night a couple of nights ago. And I was waving the gun around. Got myself in trouble. So anyway, really need somebody to get out there and help her.
Okay, we'll send somebody out there to her.
Yeah, I mean, it's like urgent. I think she's dying. She got a big hole where the temple of your head is. You know what I mean?
Right.
So please, I love her. I still love her. I've loved her every day I've been married to her. We just had a rough stretch here. So anyway, I checked on her and she's still alive. And now I want to get her somebody to help her that knows what they're doing. But I got to stay out of trouble too. So.
Okay, we'll send somebody out there.
All right, what was your first name?
I'm not going to give you my name, sir.
Okay, that's fine. Hey, make a note on there. I left the front door open, and all the lights are on. And you go to the garage, you can't yell for you. You can't yell. But you go to the garage still. And that's where you'll see her once you get to the garage.
Okay. We'll send somebody out there.
If she needs, paramedics, she needs everything. She needs an ambulance. She needs trauma. She's trauma. I mean, she's a trauma base. She might need a helicopter. So please get somebody to her.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Police arrive a little after 3:30 in the morning to discover the partially dismembered remains of Samantha Parker packed inside an upright freezer in the garage. Joseph was nowhere to be found. He told the 911 dispatch operator that he was traveling on I-24, headed south towards Chattanooga, Tennessee. This was verified by Springfield Police Chief David Thompson, who had Parker's cell phone pings to Nashville that morning. A few hours later, police issued an arrest warrant charging Joseph with Samantha's murder. The police learned that Joseph had hopped into his white 2007 Toyota Camry and threatened to travel to his former workplace, the Rivergate Toyota dealership to kill multiple people. The case was escalated to the State Bureau of Investigation, who immediately added Parker to Tennessee's top 10 most wanted list. They enlisted the aid of the U.S. Marshals as well. According to sources, police set up command at the Rivergate Toyota dealership in anticipation of Parker's arrival. As a search helicopter flew overhead, Metro Nashville police spotted Parker's car at 3:24 p.m. at the I-20 mile marker and began to track it. They did not immediately engage in open pursuit. Eventually, Parker realized he was being followed by the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation. Then at 4:19 p.m., Joseph Parker pulled over on Highway I-65 in Kentucky. However, before officers could apprehend him, Parker died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Following the shooting, police continued the investigation into the circumstances surrounding the deaths of the Parkers. The Kentucky State Police investigated Joseph Parker's death, and the Springfield Police Department examined the details surrounding Samantha Parker's death. We may never know the root cause of the events that led to that fateful evening in November. 1 year after the death of her parents, the Parker's daughter held a public memorial where she released balloons into the sky. When asked, she said she missed both parents equally. She stated she was aware her father had lost his job and the house was under foreclosure. But she said that night was a very bad night, and I think he just snapped. She said many people asked her why she isn't angry, and she responded, "I've learned to forgive. The memories and moments are what you want to hold on to.